An older woman slowly pours herself a cup of tea, her hands slightly trembling. You've lived long enough to know, life doesn't always turn out the way we imagined. Friends drift, children grow up. The world speeds ahead while you're still learning how to slow down. But aging truly is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a more honest, quieter journey, one that deserves just as much care and love as any other season. There's a silent truth many older people never speak aloud. No one teaches us how to care for ourselves when the world stops needing us the way it once did. In youth, we care for our families, our jobs, our homes. But what happens when the children are gone? When the work is done? When the house is quiet? That's when self-care stops being a luxury and becomes survival. Not just physical survival, but emotional survival, spiritual survival. A quiet daily act of choosing to still show up for yourself. Start with the basics. Start with what you can control, even when so much feels out of your hands. Like eating foods that truly nourish you. At this stage of life, your body isn't just a machine. It's a reflection of how gently you treat yourself. A warm bowl of soup, a banana with breakfast, a glass of water by your bedside. These may seem small, but they are acts of deep self-respect. You're telling your body, I still care about you. Rest, too, is sacred. Not just sleeping, but true rest. Closing your eyes for a while. Sitting in silence without guilt. Letting go of the need to constantly do and simply allowing yourself to be. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to rest without apologizing. Routine becomes your anchor. Set a gentle rhythm to your day, not rigid, but steady. A walk in the morning light. Tea at the same hour each afternoon. A favorite, show after dinner. These small patterns bring stability when the world feels unpredictable. Grooming may seem like a chore when your energy runs low, but it's more than hygiene. It's identity. Brushing your hair, wearing a fresh shirt, smiling into the mirror. Even if only for a moment, these things remind you I am still here. I am still me. And perhaps the hardest of all, be mindful of your thoughts. At this age, it's easy to let loneliness or bitterness settle in like dust. But you are not alone in those feelings. So many of your fellow elders feel the same. They just don't say it out loud. Replace the harsh voice in your head with one that is softer. Say, it's okay that I forgot that word. Say, I'm proud I got out of bed today. Speak to yourself like you would to a beloved friend, because no one needs your kindness more than you. As you sit with this, know that you're not alone in the struggle. Many seniors quietly suffer, not because they're weak, but because they've always been strong for others. Now is the time to be strong for yourself. Self-care is not selfish. It is an act of dignity. It's a way of saying, my life still matters, and dear heart, it does. More than ever. There's something sacred about slowness. Something wise in not rushing. In old age, you begin to see the world differently. What once felt urgent now feels optional. The things you used to chase, money, recognition, approval, they no longer hold the same weight. What matters now is peace, connection, comfort, and choosing the kind of life that protects your soul. One of the most powerful things you can do in this season is to create a space that reflects who you are now, not who you used to be. Maybe you once lived in a house full of noise and responsibility, but now you deserve a space of ease. A space where everything has its place, where the furniture welcomes you instead of challenging you, where every object has meaning, not clutter, but calm. Simplify your surroundings. Keep only what brings peace. When your home feels safe and warm, your heart begins to settle too. Make your home a place where you can hear your own thoughts. A quiet corner with soft light. A chair that fits your body just right. Maybe a radio playing gentle music or a photo of a loved one smiling back at you. These small things, they are not decoration. They are care. They are healing. Connection is another form of care, and perhaps the one we neglect most. Many older adults stop reaching out. They think, I don't want to bother anyone, or they're busy with their lives. But here's the truth. worth remembering. People still need you. Maybe not in the same way they once did. But your words, your stories, your laughter, they still carry value. Call an old friend, even if it's been years. Invite a neighbor for tea. Sit with someone at the park. Connection doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. And it often starts with a simple hello. Loneliness is silent but powerful. It can wear down even the strongest spirit, but reaching out even once a week can remind your heart, I am still part of the world. Even a smile exchange with a stranger can break the walls that time and distance build. Movement, too, is an act of deep care. You don't have to run or lift weights. Just move, stretch your arms, take a slow walk in the morning sun. Roll your shoulders, rotate your ankles. Tell your body, I haven't forgotten you. Every gentle step reminds your muscles and bones, we are still working together. And in return, they support you more each day. Breathing deeply, on purpose, is another form of care we often overlook. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold it. Exhale gently through your lips. Again and again. With every breath, you're telling your nervous system, you are safe. You are loved. You are still here. This season of life asks something from you, not speed, not success, but presence. It asks you to be honest with yourself, to accept what has changed, but not forget what remains. Your presence still matters. Your life is still in motion, even if it moves slower now. Let yourself laugh at small things. Let yourself cry without shame. Let yourself sit in stillness without needing to explain it. Because that too is care. That too is wisdom. You don't owe the world endless productivity. You've given so much already. Now you owe yourself peace, kindness, and the dignity of your own attention. There comes a point in life when you realize silence isn't empty. It's full of memory, full of moments you didn't notice while they were happening. A meal shared, a quiet look across the room, the sound of children playing. Now, those sounds are quieter, but your heart hears them louder than ever. As we grow older, reflection becomes part of daily life. And sometimes, those reflections bring pain, regrets, losses, things you wish you could relive or rewrite. But here's the truth no one tells you. Self-care in old age also means forgiveness. Not just of others, but of yourself. You've made mistakes. We all have. You didn't always say the right thing. Sometimes you didn't know better. Other times, you were doing the best you could, even if it didn't seem like enough. But now, at this point in your life, ask yourself, why carry the weight any longer? Let yourself off the hook. You deserve peace, not just around you, but within you. You've already carried more than most people will ever know, and still, you kept going. You survived. That alone deserves honor. Let go of the idea that your value is tied to what you do. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to prove your worth. You are enough just by being here. Just by waking up today and choosing to care, to feel, to breathe. There's a beauty and gentleness in treating yourself not as a problem to fix, but as someone you cherish. Would you scold a child for being tired? Then why speak harshly to yourself when your body slows down? This is the time to speak with kindness, even in your own mind. Tell yourself, I'm proud of how far I've come. I forgive myself for what I didn't know. I am still growing even now. Sometimes healing in old age doesn't look like dramatic change. It looks like drinking water, choosing silence, lighting a candle, holding your own hand. It looks like turning off the news and watching the rain. It looks like remembering the sound of your mother's voice and letting the tears fall without shame. And in that stillness, something strange happens. You begin to feel more alive. You start noticing little joys again. The warmth of a blanket, the way birds call in the morning, the feel of sunlight on your skin. These are not small things. These are the treasures of being alive. You may not move the way you once did. You may forget names or repeat yourself or misplace things more often. That does not make you broken. It makes you human. And every part of you, even the parts that ache or wobble, still has a reason for being here. Let yourself enjoy. Simple pleasures without guilt. Eat something sweet. Wear a soft scarf. Play music from your youth. Tell a story no one's heard before. These aren't selfish things. They are survival. They are joy. And joy, especially now, is not something to wait for. It's something to claim, because aging doesn't mean fading. It means softening into the truest version of who you've always been. And when you care for yourself in these small and quiet ways, you aren't just surviving old age. You're honoring it. This stage of life asks something rare of us, to be still long enough to listen, not to the world, but to ourselves. For decades, you may have placed others first. Your children, your work, your spouse, your home. But now, this season is yours. And the most loving thing you can do is begin, perhaps for the very first time, to listen to your own needs. You need rest, not because you are weak, but because you have walked far. You need companionship, not because you're lonely, but because you're human. You need purpose, not for the world's approval, but for the peace it brings your soul. It's okay to want more meaning, more laughter, more beauty, even now, especially now. This isn't the end of your story. It's a softer, slower, but no less meaningful chapter. One that deserves to be written with care. Take comfort in your routines. Be proud of your efforts, no matter how small. Some days, simply getting dressed or making tea is a victory. Honor that. And if the world doesn't see your value clearly, anymore you must. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not too old. You are the keeper of wisdom, the holder of stories, the survivor of storms. Your voice still matters. Your laughter still lifts. Your presence still heals. Aging with grace is not about pretending you're young. It's about standing tall in your truth, in your history, your lessons, your scars, and your softness. So care for yourself the way you cared for everyone else. Be gentle with your body. Speak kindly to your mind. Choose peace for your heart. Because your life is not winding down. It's unfolding inward. And this unfolding is beautiful. If this story moved you, share it with someone you care about.